Hi, I'm Sue Devane-Pace, and I'm from Southern California in a town called Carlsbad near San Diego and Oceanside. I travel in an RV when we're on the road, about 6 months a year, and the rest of the time we're in lovely Carlsbad. I travel with my husband, Ken, and we like to go all over. We like to go to national parks. We like to go to state parks. We like to see everything on the way in between. We found Habitat a couple years ago and decided that that might be a good thing to do to give back a little bit to society. Last year we found 3 builds for the summer, but we went to New Orleans and Kentucky, but it was in July, so in August, and it was very, very hot. It was a Habitat build in New Orleans to help with the hurricane recovery, and in Kentucky it was just a single home for a father with 3 teenage kids. So we worked there, and then we went to New Mexico, which was a little cooler, and spent the end of our summer there. This year, Ken wanted to go back to New Orleans and work some more at the same build because they're still continuing it. And I said, no, it's too hot. I didn't want to go. So I said, find something else. And he found Oregon and Washington. So we like the coast. We like driving up here. It's green and beautiful. And we are doing one build here in Washington, and then 3 weeks later we're going to do a build in Oregon. In the meantime, we take time to travel and sightsee and have fun in between on weekends and days off. We have some hobbies that we like, and we're never without something to do. I've been asked if I have habitatitis, like some people seem to have, but I don't have any itises, and I think that my husband is the one that has it. He likes to stay busy, keep moving, doing, and this is really his niche. So I come along and I try to do what I can. I paint and pick up a lot of trash around the place, and sometimes I do some of the cooking or food service or things that I can handle. I don't do anything more than I can handle. We come from 2 different families. We're just newlyweds. We've been married for about 4 years in September. I had 5 kids and stayed home for many years taking care of them, and worked at the Kaiser Permanente the last few years. And after my husband died, I met Ken Pace, and we started to see the country. He had an RV, and he had the itch to go, and we just went, and we've been going for about 6 years now. Ken has a background with he retired early and has been on the road for about 14 years. He also has some children that he likes to spend time with and help them with their projects, and he always takes care of doing that first, and then things like this are second. I worked after my kids grew up a little bit at Kaiser Permanente in the office, and did office management for 15 years, mainly just to get some health insurance for the kids. And I enjoyed my work a lot. And after I met Ken, I realized that there was life outside of Downey, where I was born and raised my 5 kids. I started going on weekends and vacations with him to take all these trips. He took me to Yellowstone, which I had never been. Oh, that's going to get loud. He's taken me to Tahoe. He's taken me to Yosemite. We've been all across the country and back several times. We've volunteered at national parks for months at a time, which is a lot of fun. We'll meet a lot of nice people. Been to Washington, D.C. Ken has always been a happy wanderer, and I think he's traveled all his life with his family, and now he keeps traveling. We have a big RV. It's 34 feet and has 2 slides, and very nice and very comfortable. Although Ken still thinks we ought to have a really small one that we can just whip around town and get in and out and not have to worry about where we're going to park. But being 6'7", he can't fit in those small ones very well, so he has to stay in the big one. And I don't want to go into a little one anyway. I like my space. We do a lot of boondocking. We don't usually go to RV parks at all. We like to just find a little niche and park, and we're comfortable with that. We know how to conserve water. We can go for 4 to 6 weeks without dumping our tanks. Like I said, my kids are happy that I'm out on the road. They love to hear where I am. Sometimes they have to call and find out where we are. They don't look at my blog. I tell them, read the blog and you'll know where we are. But they're kids and they don't do that, so we call and talk. To get on this build, Ken and I signed up several months ago, and we were on a waiting list. This was a popular place to come this summer, and there were already 10 people signed up, or 10 rigs, which makes about 20 people. Most of the caravanners are couples. So we just said put us on the waiting list because we already were going to work in Oregon. And we got a call a few weeks later that said somebody had to cancel, and did we want to still come? So we said yes. So it worked out well. We could do this build first, and then we'd have like 2.5, almost 3 weeks before we have to get to Oregon for the second build. Last year in the summer, when we did 3 builds, we did them with only a week in between each build, and it was a lot of work. I was pretty tired, especially with the heat and humidity that we had to work in. So this year we decided just to do 2 for the summer, and we were glad that we had a few weeks in between. We're going to go up into British Columbia and Victoria and over to, with the RV. We're going to put it on the ferry, and then we're going to go up to Bouchard Gardens and sightsee a little bit up there, and then get on the ferry and go over to Vancouver. Go all through Vancouver up to Lake Louise and down around and end up in Oregon, I think around the 15th or 16th of July, because we have that 2-week build there. And after the 2-week build there, we will go on home to California and check on the family. But these people that we meet on the road are really lots of fun. We never know who's going to be there, if we know anybody or not. This is our 4th build, and there's nobody here that we knew from the other 3 builds. However, there is one couple from our Escapee Club here, and we knew them through our Escapee RV Club. A lot of escapees join the chapter in the escapees that are the caravanners, and that's how we got to know them. That's how I got into caravanning, was through the Escapee RV Club.